Hello humans, I am Mulbre, the Cryptid Slime, and welcome to, this is just going to be another update video for my Wolvden account. I really like doing the first one, and I'm still like super obsessed with this game, and when my editor, my dear and beloved sister, finished editing and uploading the first video, I was like, oh my gosh, things have already changed so much since that first video. And then I was like, I would love to keep a record of how my account grows and changes while I'm playing this game. And hopefully you guys would like to see that as well. I mean, the artwork is beautiful, the genetics are amazing, like this is just all around a fantastic game. I love it so much. So we're going to start with my lead wolf here, is Lena. And sorry if the screen is a little bit wonky, I had to like move the window around to try and cover up there's a live chat box on the side of the screen, and I don't want to show people's names, so I was trying to like hide that off screen. So that's why the window's a little bit wonky. But here's my lead, is Lena. She's got all new markings. She's completely decorated. She does look a little bit wonky, I'll agree. It's not my finest work, but I paid for an expensive breeding. Like, I think I paid over 2,000 silver to breed her. It was expensive. It was I know there was 500 at the end of it, but I can't remember if the first number was a 2, a 3, or a 4. But it was totally worth it. But I was like, if I'm gonna do this, I want to make sure she has all of her marking slots filled, so that way the puppies will get something, you know? And so I filled that out with just random markings before breeding her. I've learned I've got really bad impulse control, so once I get a thought in my head, I just go for it, whether I'm prepared to actually like act on it or not. And so that's what I did here. Was I got a thought, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get some really good puppies. The breeding in particular, it was for higher stats. I wanted to get some puppies with some really high stats, and so that's who the stud was. Is he had a lot. He had really high stats. I think he was over. It was the current leaderboard in high stats. So it was literally the highest stat wolf in the game. So I was like, okay, it's time. But Allie and Snowden, those two haven't changed. They're still my scouts. I'm still doing my lore project with them. Except now we have little Felicity as the current pup that they're raising for my lore-based project. And I did pick up Felicity from the Enclave, which is the adoption center. And I just thought he was the cutest little thing ever. He's goldenrod. He's got some nice markings. He's got the yellow whitetail spots. So whitetail spots is still like a very highly desired mark. And I just thought that this guy was the cutest thing ever. Like, I can't believe the person who gave him up put him up for adoption. So took him in for my project. And so actually, I believe tomorrow Felicity will be getting an aging crystal, and then the day after tomorrow they'll be getting chased. But they had, oh, when did we start? I think we started with B, so B, C, D, F. Oh, E, F. So this is the 6th pup for my lore-based raise and chase project. However, as far as I can tell, only one of them has actually been found, so I'm not having very good luck when it comes to their puppies actually getting into the chased pool. So by the chased pool, I mean when you chase a wolf, it has a small % chance of getting put into the chased pool, where then other players can find them and explore. And if somebody does find them, but then fails to befriend them, that wolf is just gone forever, gets deleted. And so far, only one has been found. So out of 6, 1 has been found, but I'll take it because they were really happy to get it. And they sent me a message and letting me know that they had it and what they were going to do with it. So I thought that was really exciting. So I would love for Felicity to also be found, because I think that this would make a great addition to anybody's den. We have Snow Leopard. I don't think Snow Leopard was in my last video. Snow Leopard was a recent acquisition. And this one has a fun story. So this was a chased wolf. You can see here by the indicator, chased right there. And when I got Snow Leopard, I was very specifically seeking black leopard shark here above my antlers. Black leopard shark in specifically slot 10. Not 9, not 8, 10. That's what I wanted. Oops. Did not mean to do a search there. So now I'm tempted to go back to that search because I'm like, what in the world popped up? Oh man. My editor's probably going to look at that and go, oh my gosh. But anyways, I was specifically seeking that marking. And it took me 3 tries to actually get a wolf that had the marking in that slot. And for the person who found it to be willing to sell it to me. I think the first time I didn't offer enough. The second time, the person who found the wolf was very honorable and very kind, and they actually gave the wolf back to the person who chased it, which was, I mean, I cannot fault them. The greedy part of me was like, no, but then the human in me was like, oh, that person's so kind, even though I missed out. And then this one popped up, and the person who found it didn't want it. And so I messaged them and I'm like, I am prepared to grossly overpay to get that wolf. I was like, this one will not get away from me. So now I got it. So I was very excited about that. And who else is new? I think Stygian is new. If not, Stygian is now grown up. Yeah, either I had it as a puppy in the first video, or I didn't have her at all, but now she's all grown up. And I think she's just the cutest thing. If we go to wardrobe here, this is her standing up, so you can kind of see. And I just think she's the cutest thing ever. The cougar marking is what's making her look so angry and so feisty. And it's just like, oh my gosh, I love it. Absolutely love it. She did get 2 opacity changers after buying her. Yeah, 'cause she still has black Argus, but I didn't darken that one because I felt like the Argus took away from the emphasis of the BLS with the cougar. But again, yeah, this she has the BLS in slot 10, which is what I wanted. But the difference between Stygian and Snow Leopard, so what made Snow Leopard so expensive is Stygian is Gen 3, Snow Leopard is Gen 1. So this one has a family so Stygian has a family history, and Snow Leopard does not. And that tends to make G1s tend to cost a lot more than higher generations. But Deep White, my chromium, is actually still alive. I think I remember in the first video, I was like, no, she's gonna die. But I actually got another litter of puppies from her. I was really shocked when she came into heat, and I was like, how is she still alive? That is just not a thing. Like, but no, I actually got a batch of puppies from her. So that was really exciting. And I think all of her puppies came out really cute. And they all got a decent amount of markings. Yeah, I was like really worried that I was gonna lose at least one more generation from her, but no, we got another batch. So she bred with my current stud, Winter Roses, which I think this one is probably my favorite out of the batch. He's a Melchior. In my mind, I do Melchior. Anyways, he's a tier 2 base. The only problem is I don't collect that particular color. But, versus this one, which is titanium, and titanium I do collect, but he only got 3 markings versus this one, which got 6 markings. Which is like, and then this one got 8, but this one's white base, and it's like, I don't do white base. But this one's got the 8 markings, which is like between the mother having 10 markings and the father having 9 markings. How did I end up with a puppy that only had 3? It's like they could have at least given me 10. Oh, this one's not too bad with this one has 6 as well. No. Yes, this one has 6 as well. Counting is optional. It is highly optional. This one is cute. I just don't like panda. I just am not a fan of panda. But I do like how the Hadal kind of pokes out through the top. What do you look like as an adult? Okay, they're cute as an adult. A little bit subtle coloring. Show me the adulthood. Yeah, see, isn't that? That one's nice. That one's cute. A little bit of that purple peeking through with the eyes and the nose. But yeah, I'm keeping this one for certain. This one's being kept. This one I'll probably sell. Oh, colors of eyes. Okay, so this girl, I just bred her today because, again, super impulsive. I get a thought in my head and I gotta go after it. So I went and found the highest stat stud who's Gen 1. So my lead wolf, I bred her with the highest stat in the game, period, like the highest on the leaderboards, but they were Gen 4, which means any puppies that I get will be Gen 5. Now, that's not the end of the world, right? I mean, I'm still super excited. They're super amazing. Every single puppy came out with about 1,000 stats in total, which is like super high. And I'm super excited to have them. But I was like, what if I find a G1 stud? And so then I can get Gen 2 puppies that are super, super high in stats. 45 gold is what this man cost. 45 gold. And that doesn't include the cost of all the other breeding items I wanted to use to try and encourage my chances of getting like cooler and rarer things. So it was a bit expensive, but I think she's like really beautiful between her colors. She's got the whitetail spots in slot 10. She's got umber cracks. And I just thought, like, you know, she is so beautiful. And I wanted to pass that on. And she is Gen 1. So between her being Gen 1 and the stud being Gen 1, I'll get Gen 2 puppies that hopefully also have about 1,000 stats. So I'm looking forward to seeing what she produces. You could get an instant pup delivery. I still have coin. Do we want to do that? Do we want to do that? Do we want to be impatient? Oh, I could totally be impatient. Let's get an instant pup delivery. I don't want to be patient. I'm going to do it for the video. All right, nesting. Colors of ice. It's very important to make sure that they're nested so that way none of the puppies get lost. Okay, instant pup delivery. Colors of ice. Okay, I'm actually kind of nervous. Okay, I'm really nervous. All right, pups have been born. We're getting 5 of them. Okay, this one got, 740 stats. Darn it. That's less than what I was hoping for. I was hoping for 1,000. That's okay. I know it was because my wolf was lower than I would have liked her to have been. Oh my gosh, did they all get the whitetail spots? Okay, but like, they're cute. T2. T2. Okay, this is a T1. So when I'm saying the T1 and T2, I'm talking about the base genetics. Messed up my screen there. Okay. Oh, this one's got a little bit of red in there. Ashen. Oh, it's got henna cougar. That's interesting. No, there was panda. No, not the panda. Oh. Oh gosh. All right. Well, brown panda. I might sell this one. Oh goodness. I think I'll keep the rest. I'll definitely keep the rest. Especially this one. This one's cute. I have no idea where the... Oh, no, the pink came from my wolf. That's right. Alright, well, I'm happy with what I got. I really am. They do have good stats. I think they definitely have good stats. They're less than what I was hoping for, but it was my fault, not the stud's fault. And so I'll just have to like keep that in mind for the next time that I try to get a breeding. And I don't know why a pupper dog is trying to get into here, but that's the scratching you guys are hearing. Oh my gosh, he is determined. Can I help you, good sir? Alright, so I think this one has the highest strength. So we're going to do this one. We're going to go strength based. So finisher is just the role that it will play when hunting. This one, because basically all 5 of these can form a single team. They can all go into one hunting team. So for speed and agility, this is 132, so 130. Okay. So this one and this one look like they're going to be the best chasers. But I need 3 chasers. So I guess this one will be a chaser. And this one will be the stalker. Now I will probably sell this one. But for now, it does need to get put into schooling. So, because I don't like sticking my wolves into the trading center while they're puppies, because then they lose out on all of that cool and necessary stacking when they're puppies. But I also, one thing I did change about how I was working with my den is I had so many wolves that they were exclusively pup sitters, but then when I ran out of puppies in need of pup sitters, I just had pup sitters sitting in my den not doing anything. And I was like, wait a minute, why am I doing that? Why do I have so many pup sitters when I could just, you know, not? As you guys can see here in this drop down menu, I have so many wolves that just don't have any charges. And it was just like, oh my gosh, I need to take some of these wolves that don't have puppies to watch and stick them into hunting parties. Because you can have as many hunting parties as you want. You can just only have a maximum hunting at the same time. And so right now with 70 slots unlocked, I can have 3 hunting at any one time. And then the absolute maximum is 4. But that you unlock 4, I think, at 100. I think 100 unlocks 4 hunting parties. Oh, and Valorant. So I got these 2 at the same time. So if Dive is new, then definitely Valorant is new. These were ones I bought. And it was, again, I got an idea in my head and I was like, I'm gonna pursue it. I wanted a chromium NBW and an argent NBW. So I put up a trade on the trading center and I was like, this is what I want. And then somebody saw my trade and they were like, you got it. So they put these two ladies up for offer. But she is what introduced me to the cougar marking, because I had no idea cougar was a thing. No idea it existed until I saw this wolf. And I was just like, oh my gosh, that is easily one of the greatest things I've ever seen. And so she is specifically pair bonded to Calcifar, who's all grown up now. Look at this grown up boy. Look at him and his purtiness. He's all grown up now. I was trying really, really hard not to breed them until they both got to level 10. But I was just like, she's 3.5 years old. And I was like, I think if I wait for her to be level 10, she might be like 6 if I wait till she's level 10. So I just went ahead and bred them. And then we've got Dive, who I'm just gonna breed her normally with my regular stud, and I'm hoping to get some Argent babies. So far that hasn't been the case, but here's to hoping. But I think she's a cutie. My only Argent. I don't have any other Argents. I like how she's got some really good markings. And I like the umbral and black skin, nose, and claws. I like the dark colored skin, nose, and claws. That's what I really like. I don't want mottled. I don't want pink. I want black. To me, I think that looks the best. I do have this girl though. I was really excited to get this one. Oh my gosh. This was actually gifted to me. This is an albino wolf. It's a boy right now, but I have every intention on gender changing to female. So I'm going to gender change this to female. And I'm super excited. I asked a friend to write some lore for me, so hopefully we'll get some really nice lore here soon. And it's just, just really excited because it was a gift. Like, somebody contacted me, which I'm saying somebody because I didn't ask permission to share their name, so I'm not going to share their name. But they messaged me and were like, do you want this? And I'm like, oh my gosh, yes. And the reason they messaged me is because she's snow base. You can't see it because she's an albino, but underneath the albinoism, she's snow base. Or he, but it will be a she soon. And I was just like, oh my gosh. They reached out to me because I collect snow base wolves and gave me this gift, and it is such an amazing gift. And this is what the puppy looks like without the albinoism. But it's even perfect because it's got umbral skin, umbral nose, and a black claws, and it's like, oh my gosh. It's got albinoism, which is like super rare and amazing. And then even without the albinoism, this wolf is like perfect. I was like, what the heck? It's amazing. And let's see. Where is he? Where are you? I know you're here somewhere. Ah, here we go. And this is my male. He's an albino carrier. So he carries the genes. So his pups have a chance of either being carriers or being albino. So I thought that was pretty exciting. And so even though his gen is like really, really high, to me that didn't make him any less desirable. I was like, a snow wolf that's a carrier, sign me up. And this one was actually free as well. The breeder of this particular wolf was giving it away, and I was like, dibs. I was like, he's mine. This one's new. This one's new. Cinnamon Sticks is all grown up, so I'll show you guys that one. Deep Snow is all grown up. This one was a gift as well. This person was so nice. They just messaged me, or they didn't even message me, they just sent me a trade. And they're like, if you want it, accept it. If not, cancel. And I'm like, of course I want it. Of course. It's not even a question. Has some really nice marks. Here's the marks. Lots of T3s, which I have seen some talk about T3s being undesirable lately, that they don't mean much. But I don't know. I'm like, pff. I was just stoked, you know? Bright green eyes, the nice nose. I just thought it was cute. This one was a gift. It is a chased wolf, so it has no heritage. Yeah, this one was from my friend. They're like, they bred him once and then they were gonna delete him if I didn't want him. And I'm like, of course I want. I'm selfish and I'm spoiled and I want everything. But he was beautiful. I thought he was beautiful. With his little eyes and his little snow butt peeking out. Like, look, he's got a little snow butt just peeking out here on the side. Like, boom. Hit you in the face with his hips. Like, these hips don't lie. Snow butt. And I think the pastels are nice. He's beautiful. And here's Cinnamon Sticks all grown up. Son of Mama Whisper. Which, for anybody who has seen my previous video to now, you guys may have noticed that Mama Whisper is no longer in my den. I did sell her. I decided that she just didn't really fit with anything I was trying to do, and I really needed room at the time. So she, as well as a few other of my pup sitters, moved on to different packs. And the Deep Snow's all grown up. And I know I'm not a fan of the panda, but I was feeling really nostalgic about Deep White passing on soon, so I kept him because so before I realized she was going to pass on, I had basically been getting rid of all of her puppies. I hadn't been keeping any of them. And he's the only one I had left by the time I realized how old she had gotten. And he's the pup of my previous lead. So I was like, okay, I gotta keep him. I got no choice. I gotta keep him. But I think he is cute. I think he has a lot of like subtle color shifts throughout. And I think that really adds to like a lot of the appeal. Just like this subtle color shifting from this like dark, kind of warm, cream beigey colored gray that kind of fades down into this darker gray than black, at which he has the black claws, nose, and skin, which I really like. So I mean, just overall, I really like him. He's just the wrong base color. He's dust, and I don't do dust, I do snow. And so, but changing him to snow completely throws off his vibe. Like, it is not a good vibe if he's got snow. See, it just like like, it's still good. I still really like it. He just kind of loses that internal warmth to his coat. If you guys know what I mean, like when he's dust, there's an internal warmth. But then when he's snow, it just instantly cools it down. Versus, so this is the dust, and then the previous on screen was snow. Who knows, maybe one day I'll get the desire to breed him, and so I'll change his base, but until then. Who else do I have? Dominion is new, and Diana is new. So I bought Dominion. So Dominion has a fun story too. So one of the groups that I'm a part of, when people post advertisements into that thread, it pushes out notifications to all of the members. And I really like looking at all of the notifications. I like seeing what people are selling, even if I don't always buy something. So I clicked on this person's post, and because they were like, you know, they were advertising specifically the marks that this wolf had, the T8s and the T6s. Which T6 means it can only be obtained by breeding. T8 means it can only be obtained from a wild wolf. T7 is RMA exclusive. And then T2 is raffle exclusive. So this wolf has a lot of markings that are very hard to get. And then the person who bred this puppy then chased them, which wiped out its genetic history. So it's a NBW now. And I saw this and I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, that's lovely. Well, then I saw snow base and I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a snow base wolf. And he's got all of this. I'm like, of course I want that. So, and I looked at the person who was selling it and I'm like, wait a minute. I know this person. Why didn't they message me? So I posted them. I posted in their little thing. I'm like, dibs, I want it. And then I guess once they saw that I was like spastically in their thread being like, I want it, it's mine. I think that's when they realized, oh my gosh, it's a snow base. Because they said they didn't realize it was snow base. I'm like, I honed in on that. I'm like, it was like an internal like compass was like, this wolf is yours now. So I was really grateful that they sold it to me. I was really happy to have the opportunity to buy this wolf. I was really excited. But I think he's just beautiful. Like the way that, if you guys look at his tail here, it looks like his tail is sparkling with the way that the snow base is kind of peeking out through his markings. I was just absolutely in love with this wolf. And then we have Diana. She's a bit of a mess. Now, I love her. I think she's beautiful. I'm grateful for the person who raised this to adulthood so that other people could have a chance to get it. I'm kind of on the fence about keeping her. Like, she's beautiful with amazing markings. Lots of T3s, 6s, 8s. And she's silver. Her base is silver, which is a T2 base, and it can only be bred. I'm just like on the fence with her. Like, part of me is like, I want to keep it. Part of me is like, I should really sell it for space. So we'll see how long she sticks around in my den. But I found this one. I actually found her in the wild. But she is a chased, but I found her. Who else is new? These are just all the wolves I'm trying to sell. There's the ones I'm trying to sell. These ones are for sale. I'm just not like actively advertising that they're for sale. Yeah, I think other than a few wolves that have been sold that have moved on to new caves where hopefully they'll be a little more appreciated there than they were over here. Because yeah, I had so many pup sitters. Because I had at one point, it was like over 50 puppy. I mean, I still have 55 pups, but I had over 55 puppies that needed to be pup sat. Like they needed wolves to protect them. Because I had a huge amount of puppies. Absolutely crazy how many puppies I had. And so because of that, I had so many, like a ton of pup sitters. And then once the puppies started growing up and I stopped breeding so many wolves that it was like, oh, okay. But I think that's the update on everything for now. Like, not too many have grown up since the last update, and there hasn't been too many changes. I think the biggest changes really were just how many wolves left the den. Obviously, we got some like really good high stat puppies now. And I'm stoked for the newest batch that was here. Because yeah, this batch I'm going to stick them into pup training. And we're going to increase their stats from there. Because I think, yeah. So as soon as they're weaned, I can put them into pup school. And then after pup schooling, I'll be able to apprentice them. So even though they're not at 1,000 stats right now, hopefully by the time they're a year old, they'll be at 1,000 stats. So they'll be Gen 2 with 1,000 stats. And I'm really excited for these three. I think these three are my favorites with the whitetail spots on them. Which it's definitely neck and neck between these two being like my #1 favorite. Adventurous and amiable. Male and female. It is so hard to decide between these two. Like, do we want the darker browns? Or do we want the more subtle shifts in coloring? Maybe I'll just love them equally. But hey, you know, if anybody sees this video and you guys want to start throwing out name suggestions, you know, by all means, I will accept name suggestions. Although I was just like, oh my gosh, the Twitch streamer in me was like, if I'm live on Twitch, you guys be like you guys could buy a sub and get your name on a wolf. Oh goodness gracious. Alright, so I will call that there for the update. I don't really have much else to update on my account here. That's been a lot of what I've been up to. There is currently an event going on. The lunar event is happening, so that's what I've been putting a lot of my time into, is that lunar event. Trying to max out my gains every day. So thank you all for watching, and if there's any wolves in particular that you guys want to hear about or want to get a closer look at, I would obviously love to tell more about the lore that each wolf might have, or just give you guys a closer look at them. You just gotta let me know down in the comments. So thank you everyone for watching my update video. I hope you guys liked it, and if you ever want to try out Wolvden, it's free to play. It's free to play with an awesome community. The market system I think is fantastic. The breeding system is fantastic, and I think you guys would really like it. So until next time, have a positive day. Bye bye.